Hey everybody, this is Daniel of D's Photography, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add motion blur to selected parts of your images of your time-lapse sequence using After Effects. Enjoy!
So here we are in the development module where I added my time-lapse sequence, which I of course shoot in RAW. And the other day I had a walk in Toulouse and discovered the Promenade de Bazelac, where you have a really nice view on these big cascades in the foreground going down the Garonne, with the Pont Saint-Pierre here in the mid and the Pont Neuf in the back. And this image is shot on my Sony Alpha 6000 using a 30mm Sigma lens at aperture 5, 4 seconds of exposure and 200 ISO, and it's about 400 images too. So here I did my basic adjustments. This is the way it looked before, so this is nor beautiful nor anything. So like the outcome, of course, is you can unfold your artistic freedom. This is the way I decided to go for it, and I used a lot of radial filters and gradient filters here to adjust the colors locally. Alright, when we have all this, when we applied the settings to, I mostly take an image somewhere in the middle of the sequence, and then we just select them all, put synchronize them, go back to the library and save the metadata into like XMP data. When we did this, we go to After Effects, we import the sequence, going here import data, and then you click the first image of your camera raw sequence, make sure this one is selected, and then click on import. Then what happens is like this camera raw image or menu opens up. And normally here should be all the adjustments that we did before, so we just press on OK, and then it will import all the data, reading the camera raw metadata, which also includes like local adjustments as the brush, radial filter, gradient filters, etc. So I don't do this here now because I already imported it, which is the sequence DSC here. When I select this, I already applied a filter, which is the warp stabilizer, because there's always kind of a bit of a shake in between these images, especially when you have a bit of a wind. Once I did this, I deselected those three now because they take a lot of RAM, but I add them like in the very end to make some, like get rid of a bit of a color flicker, which is due to the very old sensor I'm using. The camera took about 500,000 images already. What I did then, I used this this project and put it into a new sequence so that I have the stabilizer applied. And the very first thing I do is I use the layer where are no filters at all. I copy it and I paste it so I have it twice. What we can do then is we can either select parts of these lower images by using this square selection tool, which sometimes is a nice alternative and very fast to use, or we use a bit more time, but then having the opportunity to really go along sharp contours and really select very specific parts of the image. So we can still relocate these points in post, so there's no need to be too precise at the very beginning. Okay, I did this already before to save some time here, which is this layer then. And on this layer, here you see my selection. To make things look a bit smoother, I say. Let's go down here and deactivate this one. I put a softened edge on it, like 33 pixels, that it's not a too abrupt change that you might maybe see in afterwards. Okay, let's go back to the full view. And what we can then do is we go to the filter here, we look for time blend FX, here it is, and if we paste this on the lower level, it will only be applied to the selection we made in advance. And what I used as blending mode, which is up here, like instant paste, And then I used blend, not lighten, that most people use for star trades. I used blend because then, in my opinion, this gave the water a bit of smoother look. And because this effect normally also brightens up the parts you select a bit, I added some correction here and some correction here. And now let's have a look before, without the smoothing, the local adjusted smoothing, and once with. And in my opinion, this is a very, very nice softening of the images, and at the same time we keep the fast motion of the people walking here, who are already blurred because we have 4 seconds of exposure time. And what I particularly don't like if we have too much of a motion blur in the clouds, so we keep the convection or like everything that's happening in the sky just the way it is. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you may leave a comment, and if you have some further questions about other blending techniques in Adobe, just leave it in a comment. And now enjoy some sequences where I applied this kind of local adjustment. Peace out, guys. See you next time.